It's about 10:30 a.m. and I'm here with Ditto, and today is Ditto's 90th day as a house cat. He's been inside for 90 days.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo, the lucky ferals.
And it's been 57 days since his last cancer diagnosis, which was a second opinion. I know some people are a little bit confused as to Ditto's medical status. So when I got him into a carrier and brought him to the animal hospital back in October, the vet there said she thought she saw a tumor with a large wound, but she said there was a possibility that it could be an abscess. And that's why he was treated with aggressive antibiotics for 2 weeks. And she told me to follow up with the vet. And when I brought Ditto to the vet 57 days ago, the vet's diagnosis was that it was tumor, most likely cancer, because anytime he's seen something like he saw in Ditto's mouth, it usually ends up being cancer. And that's why he said to just focus on quality of life. And if you go back and listen to that video, I explain that surgery is not an option because of the location, and that if I try natural treatments, that is really the best possibility for him as far as quality of life and life extension goes. I have the window in this room open right now. I like to air it out and get some fresh air in here in the morning. So if there's like a lot of noise coming through the window, that's why. So once I got the second opinion from the second vet, I started Ditto on anti-cancer protocols, and I just dove headfirst into all kinds of research, and there's so much information out there. It really pulls you in like 10 different directions. At the same time, I did not want to give up on the option of it being an abscess. So I treated him for both simultaneously because a lot of the treatments do overlap. And then he was on the Veriflox, which is the antibiotic that worked for all of his previous abscesses. And when that did not work this time, that's really when I was like, okay, this is definitely not an abscess. This is really more like what the vet said, most likely a cancerous tumor. In which case, it would be feline oral squamous cell carcinoma. That's the official diagnosis. And I haven't really wanted to say too much about that because a lot of people freak out. They get all nervous right away. They get very negative. And a lot of people are just really conditioned to fear-based thinking with regards to specific diagnoses. So he was diagnosed with that, which means he had all the symptoms of it. Now, I've been reading some really interesting books lately with regards to all the various natural treatments. And as of the first of the year, I decided that I am going to just go back to doing what I was trained to do. And that is heal the body through the use of herbs and diet. And I took Ditto off of any of the treatments that I had him on that were not 100% natural. Anything that was a chemical or man-made, I decided, he's been on them for quite a while. I'm really not seeing a benefit from them. So I'm just gonna go back to doing what I know how to do best, which is use herbs and use diet. So today is Ditto's 14th day on just a strictly herbal protocol, along with trying to get as much nutrition and good food into him as I can. I would say on average, he's been eating about 300 calories a day. So some days he eats less than that. Maybe he'll eat like 250, but then there's other days where he's eating like 350 or 400. He just has a really ravenous appetite. So this morning I put a plate of food down. This is some homemade raw food. And some mornings he doesn't like to eat right away. He wants to be groomed. I've not groomed him yet this morning. And he's still getting groomed like he was getting groomed. He's getting brushed with 2 different brushes. He's getting pets. He's getting wiped. So he really loves being wiped with the pet wipes. And what's happening is he's drooling a lot because the growth on the side of his face is actually holding open his mouth. So there's a lot of drool coming out of his mouth on a regular basis, just because you could imagine having a growth in your cheek that makes it impossible to actually close your mouth. You're actually going to drool, especially when you're sleeping. So that's an issue. So that's why I do have a bunch of paper towels like all over the day sofa. I have a whole bunch of towels on the day sofa. I just replaced the paper towels. They're all fresh. And then later on tonight, I'll replace all the towels. It really feels like I'm a cat nurse and at the same time a cat hotel maid, because I'm constantly doing laundry, constantly changing towels in this room. Let me give you a little tour of what's going on in the room other than the day sofa. I've been filling up Ditto's room with plants because plants are really good to purify the air and provide oxygen. And snake plants provide oxygen at night, which is why I have a big snake plant here. And the other plants provide oxygen during the other parts of the day. I also have a humidifier running. This is a warm mist humidifier. I usually keep it running throughout the night on low just to keep the air in here moist to help Ditto's eye area and any potential congestion that he has. So I have 2 ferns here and a snake plant. And here near the TV, I have a little palm. I just got that last week. And this is a money tree plant. And all of these are safe for pets except for the snake plants. I think the snake plants are like toxic to pets, but he's not going to be chewing on those. On this side I have another little matching palm, and I have a little spider plant. There's another fern up here on a shelf, and then in this corner I have another snake plant and another fern. I just moved this fern here last week because it was near the TV, like getting more sunlight. I think that's why it's been drying out. I think they usually like shade a little bit more. Still have not taken the tag off of the snake plants. These beautiful snake plants are from Lowe's. So if you're looking to get any kind of snake plants, I got these at Lowe's. The ferns are from all different stores around here. I'm kind of addicted to putting ferns in this room right now. I think Ditto really likes the greenery. It kind of reminds me of being outside. And here's Ditto, and he's drooling right now. And his eye is still inflamed, like the third eyelids, but his actual eye itself looks very clear. His actual eye looks as clear as his left eye. It's just the third eyelids that are really inflamed and red. It's kind of like conjunctivitis if you've ever had pink eye. And sometimes it gets a little bit oozy, especially in the morning after he sleeps and like he wakes up. And the side of his face is still swollen. Sometimes I think it looks a little bit less swollen than it was, but it's impossible for me to measure because it does look different from different angles. If I look at him from different angles, you know, sometimes it looks bigger, sometimes it looks smaller. He continues to eat well. He continues to poop every 3 or 4 days. I still want to get him pooping more. And he's peeing normally. And he absolutely is a lap cat. If I sit down on the day sofa, he pretty much almost immediately just crawls in my lap. And what I have here under a slightly dirty towel, I ain't swapped the towel out yet, is a small heating pad. This is a heating pad for humans, and if I sit down, sometimes I'll turn that on, because if I put this heating pad on my lap, he just immediately crawls in it and he loves it, and it gives him more stability to lay on the heating pad on my lap than to actually lay on my lap. It just gives him like more surface area. Here he goes. He's going to show you. He's going to show you how much he loves it. So he's drooling a lot now, and I want to show you his tail and his paws because they're not clean. I wipe them every day with various pet wipes, and I also brush them because they're a little bit matted. And the reason why is because of his drooling. So when he curls up to sleep, his head will rest on his tail or his paws. And then the drool makes them dirty, and he can't groom them as much as he needs to. So that's why I've been really wiping him every day and focusing on brushing those areas to try to keep them somewhat clean. They're not going to be totally clean until we could hopefully get the swelling down, which would keep his mouth closed, which would definitely reduce the amount of drooling. And these are the various pet wipes that I've been using on him. He just jumped down. He sees the pet wipes. He's like, okay, I want you to wipe me. You gonna jump back up? He wants to be wiped. So I just wanted to go over these. So this is on the left, we have Whisker City unscented hypoallergenic pet wipes. I'm not sure where I got these, at one of the local pet stores. These are really not great. They're small. They're really small in size. I do like that they're unscented, but I feel like they don't do a good job of getting like schmutz off of a cat, like getting dirt off of a cat. I use these for like wiping around Ditto's mouth area, or like wiping up some drool, or just like if I'm sitting on the couch and he jumps on top of me and I want to just try to work on his tail and wipe his tail, I'll use these because I really like that they're unscented. They're not strong at all as far as their cleaning ability. In the middle, I have Pet Goods wash wipes. Now, Pet Goods is one of the local stores, so I'm pretty sure these wipes are just like branded for local stores. So if you see these or something that looks like these are lavender waterless wipes. They're kind of strong as far as the scent goes, and again, I feel like they don't do a really good job with cleaning a cat. I never really see any dirt or anything on the pet wipes. These I don't use much at all. I just have these like a backup. I tried these a few times, wasn't thrilled with them, and that was it. Here I have some Tropiclean deep cleaning pet wipes. This is a berry and coconut scent. These say deodorizing, gently removes dirt, dander, and pet odor without rinsing. Residue free, paraben free, alcohol free, and dye free. And these are great. These are a really nice big size. They smell good, and I mean, I would prefer to have unscented, but they didn't have unscented, and this is what I thought would be the least offensive scent. But these work really well. Like if I wipe Ditto with these, you can actually see like discoloration on the pet wipe. You could actually see like dirt coming off onto the pet wipe. So I really like these. These are my favorite. So like in the morning or at night when I want to try to really do some cleaning on Ditto, I'll use these. Now this is a waterless cat shampoo. It's the same brand, Tropiclean Berry and Coconut, and this says deep cleansing no rinse formula. Now I thought this would be stronger than the pet wipes, but it's not. This is basically what is on the pet wipes. So this is like a version of what's on the pet wipes, but you don't need to use a pet wipe. You can use like a towel or something like that. So this is a foam. It comes out of here like a foam, and you can like rub it on your pet, and then you don't really have to rinse it off. It says no rinse formula, but what I've done is like I've taken like a damp paper towel and just like gone over it or something like that. Again, I don't find this being any better than the pet wipe. I actually like the pet wipe better. I thought maybe this would be a little bit stronger, but it's not. I guess it's really more like a personal preference. So there's Ditto. He's eagerly awaiting his grooming session today. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can update you about. There seems to be less bleeding, which is what I'm taking as a good sign. So since he's been on nothing but herbs and natural foods, I have noticed less bleeding over, definitely over the past week, right, Ditto? I'm hoping it continues in that direction. Again, I'm only taking things one day at a time. I'm still taking notes on everything that he eats, all the supplements that he gets, any kind of new or different behaviors. Another thing that I should mention is Ditto absolutely loves using his arch, especially when I'm brushing him. He's very much like Boo with that. So when I brush Boo, Boo loves to brush himself on his arch at the same time, and that's what Ditto does. And I don't mind, because what it does is it lets me concentrate on brushing like his back paws. When he brushes himself on the arch, then I'll brush his back paws, and he really loves that. And again, I'm brushing his back paws to just try to clean them up a little bit. So that is our update for day 90. We ask everyone for their continued positive energy and positive visualizations of visualizing Ditto healthy and healed, and any prayers to that respect Ditto greatly appreciates. And we are continuing on our course of healing Ditto. And if I had two words to describe Ditto, it would be resilient and tenacious. Those perfectly describe him. He is like a honey badger. Like, he just keeps going and nothing affects him, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get through this. We're just gonna get through this, and I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna lay in the sun because I love it, and I'm gonna jump in your lap because I love it, and I'm so happy being a house cat, and I'm exactly where I want to be, and this is a good life. And yeah, he is resilient and tenacious. He is not giving up, and he maintains a really good attitude. That's one thing I have to say about Ditto. He has such a good attitude, because I really think if Stella was in a similar situation, she wouldn't have as good of an attitude. But, you know, all cats are different, so we don't really know. And hopefully none of the other cats will ever be in a similar situation, because I don't wish this on any cat. And so that's our update. Ditto says thank you very much for keeping him in your prayers and your positive thoughts. And thank you for visualizing him completely healed and healthy with beautiful white paws like they were a few months ago. He's going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful sunny day, because the next 2 days are going to get extremely, extremely cold. But he's happy that he's inside now where it's warm and he's safe, and he doesn't have to worry about hunting for food. He doesn't have to worry about being attacked by any animals. And he always has a soft, warm, and comfortable place to sleep. Right, Ditto? You're a good boy. I've been wiping Ditto, and this is what those Tropiclean wipes will look like as I'm wiping him. None of the other wipes that I've shown you will look like this as I'm wiping Ditto. So,
thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.